Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cantina of Comics.
Today we're going to show you a drink that will make you warmer than the inside of a dewback.
Or even the outside. And we're going to talk about another issue of Doctor Aphra. Welcome to another episode of the Cantina of Comics. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kristi.
And what are we making today?
Today we are making a Tatooine Toddy.
Oh, a Tatooine Toddy.
Yes,
Ooh.
it's that time of year when you get the sniffles and it's a little chilly out. And you always hear make a hot toddy. And
yeah, nothing warms you up like a hot toddy.
That's right.
All right, so what do we need to make a Tatooine Toddy?
We are going to start with 4 ounces of hot water.
Okay. And so we just boiled that in the kettle. And,
yes.
Okay. 4 ounces of that.
And
I'll get my hand out of the way lest I get a little scorched.
I don't want you to get burned. We don't need that. We don't need a trip to the urgent care today.
No, not today.
Maybe tomorrow.
We're not working with avocados here.
I have no idea what that reference is about. Okay, now if I'm supposed to pick out of these according to your favorite movie.
Now, let's see. Okay.
Return of the Jedi, The Empire Strikes Back,
Star Wars.
Okay, Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Is that in the right order?
That is correct.
I'm so proud of myself. Okay, so this is your favorite one.
Yeah, okay. Thank you to a coworker for these brand new shot glasses. This
yes.
is thank you very much, Misty.
So an ounce and a half of, we're using Pecan Wiskey. You can use any whiskey of your choice, but we have recently discovered this. It's called, I think, Rebels. Whoa, hold on, honey.
That's more than an ounce and a half.
It's called Rebel Stoke, and it's shell-shocked roasted pecan flavored whiskey. And if you like dessert whiskeys,
this is the one
delightful.
For you. Okay.
I like peanut butter whiskey a lot, but I thought I'd give this one a try, and this might be
did not fail.
Second runner-up. So.
Okay, so we've got the whiskey in there.
Now we want to use the honey, and I did something, hopefully it will work, but I pre-sprayed the tablespoon with nonstick cooking spray.
Really?
So that hopefully the honey will
stick
just
to...
slip right off into...
All right, well, let's see if that works.
Oh, look at that, folks.
Okay.
So there's a little cooking tip you just learned.
That's not messy at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little bit of honey.
And then a teaspoon of lemon juice.
Okay. Now the honey's gonna get everywhere. I touched it.
And I forgot to get a teaspoon, so we're gonna do 1/3 of a tablespoon if everybody remembers their
remembers your measurements.
3 teaspoons go into a teaspoon.
Right.
And I don't have a spoon because, you know.
Well, you know what you could do.
Oh, stir it with your cinnamon.
You could take a cinnamon stick and stir up your hot toddy.
There you go. It smells good.
And then you can just leave it in there.
Stick in there.
Oh, now it's on 2 fingers.
Oh dear.
Man. Okay.
All right. So this is really different than our regular drink.
It is. I'm trying to think if this is the first one we've actually used like hot water or boiled water for.
The only other one would be the dirty wampa that we made a few weeks ago because we used hot chocolate with it.
Oh, okay, because we used hot chocolate. That's right. Okay, interesting. So you've heard of hot toddy. Well, this is a Tatooine Toddy. Let's give it a whirl.
Ah, still tacky.
Still working on that. So, okay, take a drink. Oh, that's so delicious because I have to go to work here in about an hour, so.
It's really good.
I don't want to go into work, you know,
when you get
downing
home
a hot
tonight,
toddy.
You should reheat it and.
Reheat it. Oh, interesting.
Why not?
Smells
that's
good.
really
Smells
good. So I feel the warmth of it.
Okay.
You know, going down my throat and the taste of the lemon and the honey on my tongue.
Interesting.
So
Okay, so I know like hot tea and lemon is really good if you have like a scratchy throat or a dry throat. It's really good to coat your throat with hot honey.
Yeah. So I was going to read to you the origin of the toddy.
Okay.
It says, does a hot toddy combo of whiskey, water, and honey and lemon really have the power to soothe a common cold, as Grandma's medicinal myth suggests?
Yeah.
This popular drink originating in Scotland in the 1700s offers the same effect that any hot beverage would when you have a cold. According to the experts, the heat dilates the nasal passages, and a whiskey will relax you. Yes, it does. Important factors helping you to rest when you are sick.
Okay, so Grandma was right. That's why she carried around a bottle of whiskey and hot water all the time. Now you know. All right, well that sure is a delicious drink.
That's too bad.
Well,
Can't even take a sip.
I know, can't even take a sip. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about Dr. Aphra. That's next.
Speaking of someone who maybe took too many breaks, it could be said, let's talk about the legacy of Han Solo.
Very good.
Hey, Maz. Thank you.
Where's my boyfriend?
Where's my boyfriend? Yes. I did, however, find a full-page image of a Rancor drawn by Cam Kennedy. All right, here we go. Impadajoyo Spray, just to prove to you that I'm not making this up. See if I can get it up close enough to the camera. You see him there, looking in his Bali self.
It's like if Buzz Lightyear met BB-8 in Jedi form. That's like what that looks like.
That's nice,
Expensive. And then omnibuses, because they only print these once. So I got technically I got the entire KOTOR series in collected. It's just in a hardback
and autograph.
Yeah, it's also signed by John Jackson Miller. So
if you're gonna flex completely and show off the autograph too.
And welcome back to the Cantina of Comics. Today we're talking about one issue. This is Doctor Aphra, number 17, Educations. This issue is written by Alyssa Wong, with art by Ming-Kyu Jung and colors by Rochelle Rosenberg. The War of the Bounty Hunters has wrapped up and a new crossover is starting called Crimson Reign. So there's no rest for Dr. Aphra and Santa Staros as they're on a mission to retrieve the artifact called the Thought Dowser made by the Ascendant, which Aphra wielded in issue 15. The Ascendant were a collective that created artifacts that replicate the Force used by the Jedi and the Sith. And Lady Domina has a lead on one of those artifacts. But we start off this issue with the return of Ronan Taggy. Yep, he survived the contained explosion that happened before War of the Bounty Hunters. Aphra and Santa travel to Coruscant looking for this artifact when they run into Ko Fon Ferris, who has an electro whip. Correct that whip! The three tangle before Ko jumps out the window. Aphra and Santa figure out a way to track Ko and the artifact down as we check in on Ko, who's made her way to Brental 4. It's there that Ko gets a call from the Archivist. Where that dog comes from. We find out that the Archivist, who's working for Kira in Crimson Dawn, wants Ko to track down the Spark Eternal. Now, what did you think of Dr. Aphra number 17? Let us know by going to utini.com/discord and clicking on SW Comics. And for all things Star Wars comics, check out the Cosmic Force podcast every Wednesday on youtube.com/utini. All right, welcome back to the Cantina of Comics, and we're sipping on our Tatooine Toddies, a hot Tatooine Toddy. Sip, sip,
you are,
sip, sip, sip.
Soap opera sipping.
I'm soap opera sipping. Yeah, you know that, like in acting class or in acting when you're watching, shows and stuff, and they have to eat something. And you notice that they take a bite, but their hand's in front of the food.
Right.
And you don't see them not taking a bite, but they're like,
It's like the other day, somebody stopped by with, a friend of mine stopped by work with her daughter who's 3.5. And I took her back to my boss's office and got her some candy and let her pick some candy out. And one of the packets was M&M's. So she opens them up and she spills them out all over my desk, and she picks one up with her, little 3.5-year-old fingers. So you have like no idea where they've been.
Right.
And she hands it to me, and she says, "Here." And she hands it to her mom, and so I took it, and I went, and she said, "It's still in your hand." And I said, "You're right."
Look, what's that? Over there, giant gorilla on the wall.
I ate it. I figured, you know what? I haven't had COVID yet. Maybe it'll help me,
build up an immunity. Getting children's grubby paws on all the food. Interesting. All right, so we're talking about some one of probably the central. I say that besides Coruscant, one of the central planets where everything in the Star Wars universe takes place on. That's Tatooine. Even the Book of Boba Fett taking place on Tatooine. So we have some Tatooine facts.
So I have question about what was the name of the
Judge,
planet
point of order.
That we went to at Galaxy's Edge?
Batuu.
Where is Batuu in relation to
Okay.
Tatooine?
If Tatooine's here, Batuu's over here.
Which is bigger?
Tatooine is.
Okay. All right. Is Tatooine hot or cold?
Oh, it's totally hot.
It's totally hot.
Totally hot. Like, for sure.
Whose home world is it?
Oh my goodness. It is Luke Skywalker's.
Okay.
It is the Owens. Owen and Beru Lars. It's theirs. Who else? Oh, Anakin.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker. Okay.
All right. Part of a binary star system, the planet is oppressed by how many scorching suns?
Oh, I was going to say by how many criminal gangs? No, 2.
Okay.
Binary suns.
Very cool.
That's 2. Fake sip.
You don't have to make the noise, I don't think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It makes it more real if you don't go. You have some honey in your teeth.
Apparently I do.
Let's see.
Not so fake.
So it is hot, resulting in the world lacking of necessary surface water. As a result, many residents of the planet instead drew water from
moisture evaporators.
There you go.
So my first job was programming binary load lifters. They're very similar to evaporators in most respects. Do you speak Bachi? Of course I can. So it's like a second language. All right, shut up. I'll take this one. But it's kind of interesting because in the Book of Boba Fett, we learn that Tatooine used to be have a lot of water on it until it was eradicated and blown up. So now it's a desert planet.
All right.
This is like hundreds and
Okay,
hundreds of
which
years ago.
species originally inhabited Tatooine?
Ooh, which species? Tuscans?
Tuscans and?
Jawas.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good job.
Houdini!
Let's do one more.
Okay. This will be.
You can edit this part out.
This will be a double Jeopardy bonus question.
Oh, what clan whose main member was rather chunky?
Oh, the Hutts.
Yeah, maintained a presence on Tatooine.
Okay, including the twins, which we found out in the latest episode.
The Hutt twins.
The Hutt twins, twin sons, twin Hutts. Coincidence? I think not. All right, well that's going to do it for this episode of the Cantina of Comics. Let us know what you think of the Tatooine Toddy by leaving us a comment down below, right down there.
Also, if you have any questions for the Star Wars whiz, submit your questions and see if Matt can. I'd like to see you
challenge
Matt.
Here's the thing: I can easily get stumped. Now,
no way.
If it's like just the straight up movies, probably like a 95% chance I'll get it right. But there's so much lore and history and outside and expanded universe that I know some, but not a lot.
But you can be stumped, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right, so let us know what you think. Leave us a message in the comments. Also be sure to like this video, subscribe to the Cantina of Comics, and subscribe to Utini on YouTube. And then check out all the other videos that are on Utini as well. Just go to youtube.com/Utini. So until then, we just want you to, oh my goodness, he's sleeping.
He gave up.
He gave up. He was just here like, oh, we're talking about, oh, so Max, is now a part of the show, and last episode I showed you a picture of him just sitting right there all dutifully, just like looking up and saying, oh, I want to be held. And he was just lying there on the floor. So,
he's so cute.
Oh, interesting. All right, well, until next time, we want you to keep on reading and keep on drinking. Fake sip, fake sip, fake sip.